Paul Graham from OptimalBody.ca. Today I'm going to talk to you about foam rolling exercises. One of the main reasons you'd want to use a foam roller is to help relieve muscle soreness. So if you're in between workouts and you're noticing you have some sore muscles, this can help to increase blood flow to the muscles, which can help speed up recovery. Another reason some people use it is to help get more mobility. Again, it increases blood flow as well as helps to activate the nervous system a little bit, which can really help when used in conjunction with exercises for mobility, such as static stretching or active stretching. Before I start, one of the biggest mistakes I see with foam rolling, over the years people have gotten more and more dense, hard objects to roll on. I've seen people using even things like PVC pipe because they think the harder they go into the muscle, the better results they're going to get. This isn't the case. You can actually start to do a little bit of damage into the muscles if you're rolling too hard and going to these extremes. So you just want to get a regular foam roller that has a little bit of give to it. When you're foam rolling, I'd recommend that maybe there's some sensitivity, but not going past a point of being maybe a 3 out of 10, a 4 out of 10 on a pain scale. So you don't need to be killing yourself while you're doing this to get the benefit, because the real benefit you're getting is simply to increase the blood flow to the area. So with foam rolling, you can spend as much or as little time as you want on each muscle. Having said that, most people will only need about 15 to 30 seconds on a muscle. You don't need to spend a lot of time for the vast majority of situations foam rolling. If you have some really sore muscles, you might want to spend maybe a minute on that muscle. So I'm going to start from the bottom of my body and work my way up. So your calves. So for this, the easiest way to go about this is to take the foam roller, put it underneath, just above the heel, and then you're going to roll all the way through the calf muscle. You can turn your leg different angles to look through different parts of the muscle for any sensitive spots. If you find a sensitive spot, you can either do a small roll back and forth on that, or you can just sit on that sensitive spot. You can change how much pressure you're putting on the muscle a few different ways. So if I lift my hips up off the ground, this is going to put more weight on the calf, on the foam roller, which will cause there to be more pressure, so you're getting deeper into the muscle. If I keep my hips off the ground and I put one leg over the other, now I'm getting very deep into that muscle and I can really feel it's getting deeper, so there's more sensitivity. On the flip side of that, if I take pressure off of the roller, I can make it less sensitive. So if I put more weight onto my feet and onto my hands, and I put my leg on the roller less, it's going to be less sensitive. For the hamstrings or the back of the thigh, what you're going to do is take the foam roller, put it behind the knee or just above the back of the knee, and then you're going to roll all through the back of the thigh. You can change the angle of the leg, rotating it in or out, to again look through the different parts of the muscles, or the different muscles in the back of your thigh, trying to find those sensitive spots. If you find a sensitive spot, just roll back and forth on that portion of the muscle. If you want to create more pressure for the hamstring, what you would do is you want to lift the hips up off the ground, and you could also put one foot over the other. Then you're going to have a lot more weight pressing down on the back of the thighs, so you're going to get deeper into the muscle. If you'd like to put less weight, simply think about lifting the leg so there's not as much pressure on the roller. For the glutes, what you're going to do is you're going to sit with one cheek on the roller, and you're just going to go back and forth all through the cheek, looking for any sensitive spots. Once you find one, you can either roll back and forth in a small motion over it, or you can also sit on it for a little while on the sensitive spot. And you can rotate the hips around, looking at different angles and seeing how you can best find those sensitive spots. If you'd like to put more pressure on the glute that you're rolling on, you can take that leg and put it up, and you can roll through that way. For the quads or the front of the thigh, you're going to put the foam roller just above your knee, and then you're going to be rolling through the front of the thigh. If you'd like to put more pressure, you can cross one leg up and over the other leg, moving back and forth. And again, you can change the angle of your body or the leg to look through different spots of the muscle. So next, rolling out your glute medius or the side of your hip. This can be a really helpful one for helping relieve back pain. So you want to put the foam roller just above your thigh bone. So that if you feel on the side of your hip, you'll feel a circly bone there. You want to go just above that with the foam roller. And then you're rolling back and forth. Again, looking for any sensitive areas. If you find one, roll back and forth or hold over that position. And again, if you have the hips forward a little bit, you're getting more the front side of these muscles. And if you rotate back a little bit, you can get right on the side. Or you can turn the hips up a little bit, which will get more the back portion of the muscles. If you want to create more pressure, you can lift your feet up off the ground and roll back and forth. Next, rolling your adductors, or some people call their groin muscles, or the inside of the thigh. So for this, you put the roller on a little bit of an angle, and then you're going to put it on the inside of your thigh. And then what you're going to do is roll back and forth through the inside of your thigh. Again, looking for any sensitive spots. If you feel one, you can roll back and forth or hold over that position. Next, you can roll the lower back muscles. So for this, you can lie. You can put your body on a bit of an angle, and then you can lift the hips up off the ground so that the roller is on the lower back muscles, and then just start rolling up and down. If this is too sensitive and you want to relieve a bit of pressure, you can put the butt back down on the ground with the hips on the ground and just do a smaller roll there. It'll be a little harder to move. That'll be a smaller motion. So you can roll through your shoulder blades and your lats and some of your upper back muscles. If you put the roller down, angle your body slightly so you're on one side, and then you can roll all through the shoulder blades. Again, turning the body, looking for where you have sensitive spots. You can also look really through your lats, which is almost leading up to your armpit, from your upper back to your armpit. And if you find any of those, keep rolling back and forth on them, or sit on them a little bit. And again, more pressure if you lift the hips up off the ground, or less pressure if you put the hips on the ground. Finally, I'm going to walk you through how to roll out your pecs or your chest muscle. For this, you could use a doorway or a pillar. I'll be using the wall over here. So what you're going to do is put the foam roller on a bit of an angle with the body. You're going to put your chest muscle or your pec onto there, and then you're going to roll back and forth. Almost like you're reaching up towards the ceiling. Again, looking for any sensitive spots through there. So there you have several foam rolling exercises that you can use to help recover from sore muscles, or you could use in conjunction with stretching or mobility exercises to improve your range of motion. Again, you don't have to kill yourself with this. There can be some sensitivity, but you shouldn't be in large amounts of pain.